Good afternoon, ma'am. Today I am going to explain how the classes in the C# banking system code demonstrate different roles which the objects play and how this relates to the abstraction. I will also discuss how the encapsulation works in the transfer transaction class. So the part 1, classes define the roles for the objects. In this program I have 4 classes: the account, the withdraw transaction, deposit transaction and transfer transaction, and each class is playing a specific role. The account class represents a bank account. The withdraw transaction class handles the withdrawal operations. The deposit transaction class handles the deposit operations, and the transfer transaction class performs the transaction between the two accounts by combining the withdrawal and the deposit. Now, this shows how the classes define different roles for the objects in our system, and this relates to the principle of abstraction. Abstraction hides the internal complexity and only exposes what is needed. For example, if I am using the withdraw transfer class, I don't need to know exactly how the balance is decreasing internally. I will just call the execute method and the class will then handle the details behind. So abstraction helps each class to focus on its work and hides the internal logic. Now the encapsulation and the transfer transaction. Now I will explain encapsulation in the transfer transaction class. Encapsulation means we keep the data and the operations of the class hidden from outside and only allow access through the methods. In the transfer transaction class, I have used two other classes, which is withdraw transaction and the deposit transaction. From the outside, we don't know or even need to care about how the transfer is performed internally. I will just call the execute method on the transfer transaction and it will perform the whole transfer. This is a very good example of encapsulation. We are using the objects inside other objects, but from outside we only see a clean interface. This class is keeping its internal variables private, like the executed and the reversed, so that no one can change them directly. And this protects the class from being misused and makes the code easier to maintain. Thank you.